Wait, that's why people join running clubs? Today, I'm going to talk about how I joined the local Miami Beach Running Club and why, and how it might actually just be a one-time thing. I'm saying I joined it, but really, I don't know if I'm going to go back. Might just be a one-time, one and done kind of thing. So I was today years old when I discovered that apparently there's this like secret code that people know, which is that running clubs are secretly a place to meet a hookup buddy slash a potential partner. It's like the new alternative to the bar scene or dating apps. Now, nobody told me this. Why has nobody told me this over the many, many years of me being a runner? I don't know. It's only recently through social media that I've been seeing posts and memes about the running club folklore, I guess we can say. So I had to ask AI, and even AI knew this. I'm like, how does AI know and I did not know this? So of course I had to put the theory to the test. I mean, I'm lonely, I'm horny, and I'm actually a runner, like a real runner. Like I run almost every day here in Miami. But I will say this, I knew a running club existed here in Miami, but I've never been interested in joining the running club because something about, first of all, I'm a lone wolf. Like, I don't even go to the gym. I don't need to be around other people sweating and exercising. I don't know if that's like a gym class PTSD thing from childhood. I don't want to get picked last. I don't want to have to like prove myself in front of others when it comes to physical activity. I'm not sure if it's that. I'm not sure if it's just that I'm a loner. And for me, running is like my form of meditation. Like it's my thing that is for me to relieve stress. My, physical cardio exercise is my one source of that. So I cherish it. And I'm in the zone when I'm running. Like I have my headphones in. It's my thing. Okay. So the idea of then sacrificing that to have to cater to go with the flow of a group and keep up with a certain pace and potentially have to talk while running, like biggest nightmare for me. Not to mention, there's something about a running club that feels performative to me. Like, why do we have to run as a stampede? And turn up the music and create a ruckus in public. Do you know what I'm saying? So I've just never been into it. But listen, I'm almost 35, and based on statistics, I have about 5 good summers left. It's now or never to take chances and see what I can make happen if the folklore is true. So on one particular day, I decided today's the day. Like today's the day that I'm going to go and check out this running club. And I felt particularly confident that day because I was officially debuting my new look, which I don't know if you can tell. This might be my first video debuting my new look. I call it my new hairstyle, rather. I call it frat boy in touch with his feminine side. I have my hairband in, which usually I take out post shower once my hair is dry. But lately I've been keeping it in even after my hair dries. And then I fluff the hair here, you see, as demonstrated in real time. I fluff it and I just think it kind of looks really cute. So I was feeling myself looking like this, wearing one of my new workout tees here that is so fashion forward in my mind. And I went to the running club. So I show up, I'm stretching casually, checking out the scene. And then I waited, and then I waited, and then there was more waiting. Finally, a mass of humans congregates, and we start with what's called a warm up. Now, the warm up, they took us through a construction zone. So there's a mass of humans trying to make its way through a construction zone. Not ideal. There was also a guy who brought his dog. And I'm like, sir, was this absolutely necessary? We're going to be crowded running together like a dog. Like, okay, let me just have a side tangent. Nothing against, I don't discriminate against animal species. I just feel like time and place. Time and place. Like, must you bring your dog to the grocery store, the restaurant, the bar, places where somehow, the dog's mane could end up through the wind on my plate. I really am not a fan of that. But I guess we're going to have to add running club to that list. Do you absolutely need to bring your dog to the running club? Really? So I'm already kind of triggered. Waited. Now we're in this construction zone where I would never even run by myself, let alone with, you know, a school of fish. And we end up in another park where they say, okay, we're going to split into 3 groups. They didn't use these terms, but the slowest group, the medium group, and then the fastest group. And based on the times that they mentioned, I would end up in the fastest group. So that one goes last because they might catch up to the slowest group. It makes sense. But so that means there's more waiting. So now we're waiting for the slowest group to go first. And then, 5 minutes after that, the other group. So it's a lot of time waiting. And I guess, maybe that's the time that you're actually supposed to socialize. I looked around. It seemed like the people talking knew each other already. Or maybe it's the people who come to this running club every week, so they have things to talk about. I don't know. But I noticed a lot of people in particular taking selfies, taking Instagram stories to record themselves at the running club. There seemed to be a lot of hype about being at the running club versus truly being present at the running club. So, I'm just people watching. I'm still stretching for the umpteenth time. And then it's finally time to run. And this is when now I started to feel good. Because I will say, they introduced me to a new course. I'm pretty sure we went through the neighborhood where Bezos lives, the founder of Amazon. I could be wrong, but I was like doing the math. I was crunching the numbers. I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is like, these are really nice houses. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, all right, if nothing else, I found a new pool of sugar daddy candidates. That's something. So we're going about our run in this bougie neighborhood in Miami, and I'm people watching. I'm looking at the prime real estate, and then I spot this sexy guy who, truthfully, I spotted from the beginning, but now I'm like literally approaching him as I'm running. By the way, I should mention even the fastest group wasn't fast enough for me. So I'm progressively getting to the top 5 fastest people in the club. And he happens to be one of them, this sexy guy. I'm like, it's time to impress, like let me go a little bit faster than him. And by the way, I have no idea if he's gay, straight, whatever, but who cares, right? Eye candy. And as soon as I'm like, eye level with him, I realize that he's filming himself, taking selfies, and very much adoring himself on camera. Now, listen, obviously, who am I to criticize when I make videos on YouTube? I take selfies. Guilty as charged. But there's something about being in public and being in public in what's supposed to be a social gathering that I just think it's so weird. Like I am a runner. I capture content obviously for my channel. I have never ever mid-run taken out my phone. I don't even run with my phone, but even if I did, I would never think to just start snapping pictures of me. It just felt so self-absorbed that I got really turned off. I was like, this guy's really into himself. Plus then I passed him, running, so I got turned off anyway. It's like, you're slower than me. I'm already turned off. So at this point, I'm like, I guess I have to be my own entertainment. Typical. So I'm like, let me see how fast I can go. I end up finishing in like the top 3, top 4. Not that it's a race, but that competitive streak just finds its way through. And so now we're done running, and I'm like, okay, maybe this is the fun part that people talk about. Like maybe post run people socialize, maybe people go to a bar to get a drink. Like I just assume this is where people let, their hair down, so to speak. But remember, I'm one of the first people who finished. So there's barely anybody to talk to. So again, I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. At this point, it's been probably about 10 minutes, and I'm just standing there sweating, again, stretching, always standing and stretching and waiting. And I thought to myself, this is absurd. Like, how long am I going to wait for everybody to finish running together and see what happens, see if some kind of big social gathering takes place? I'm not waiting another 20, 30 minutes possibly. Like, I'd rather just keep running, quite frankly. So there you have it. Is the running club really the best place to meet somebody and mingle? I don't know. Maybe I'm the problem. I'm very impatient. I don't want to just stand there and wait, all sweaty, wait for everybody else to finish to maybe chat. I got places to be, things to do. It's not my fault they can't keep up. Obviously, I'm being facetious as I'm telling this story, but I am curious if any of you have been or are in a running club currently, and what your experiences or what your thoughts or your understanding of a running club is. Is this folklore just a myth? Is it a real thing? Does it depend on where you go? Where in the world you're in a running club? Something tells me the fact that I'm in a Miami running club also affects things, but who knows? Let me know in the comments and I'll catch you guys next time.